What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys have had a fantastic week so far. We're back to sweating out in the garage in front of the Jeep because I wanted to show you guys the last minute preparations for the Jeep. What we had to do was figure out our lighting situation. This is a 1,200 mile trail we're about to embark on, and a lot of that is going to dictate that we wheel towards the evening and into the darkness so we can find our campsites and cover a lot of ground without having to rush through the trail and kind of make it not an enjoyable experience. If you didn't already know, Lasfit's a channel supporter, and they reached out and they wanted to sponsor the trail ride itself, and they asked what we would be doing on this trail ride and if we were going to be wheeling at night. If you don't know anything about Lasfit, they offer some high quality but economical LED lighting solutions. So we told them that absolutely we're going to be wheeling in the dusk and at night trying to get to our campsites. And as it stands right now, I'm stock. I have halogen headlights and I don't have any fog lights. I don't have any spotlights, floodlights, or anything like that. And we're really just working off of our headlights. And there's going to be some others in the group. But as one of the navigators for the group, it seems kind of imperative that we have a good lighting solution so we can lead the pack up front and see what's coming up ahead of us. So they went ahead and came up with a lighting solution for us and sent over 3 items. And I think it's going to be pretty awesome for us to run on the trail. So they sent over a set of LED replacement bulbs for the stock halogen headlights. And man, these things are worthy of a video all by themselves. So I'm not going to talk too much about them, but they are direct replacement. They're an LED bulb. They fit right into the housing. You don't have to change anything. Everything's factory connected. It doesn't throw any lights on your dash, and it is a fantastic intermediate step between the halogen and the full LED housings. Night and day difference, and like I said, we'll talk about those later. They also sent over some 3-inch off-road pod lights and a 42-inch light bar, and I'm going to kind of walk around the Jeep, show you where we installed those and the setups that we have working for those, and what we like about those lights themselves. So these are the 3-inch pods. Man, they are high-quality aluminum housing, powder-coated. We have them mounted to the front bumper, the front of our ARB stubby. So we have these set up in the amber spotlight configuration, but Lasfit offers these in several different varieties. They do an amber and a white, and they also offer fog, flood, spot, and driving lights. And man, these are high quality aluminum housing. They're powder coated, high impact polycarbonate lenses. And when they're mounted down low on the bumper right here, that's definitely a concern of ours, is the rocks being kicked up on the highway, because this is our daily driver. We want these lenses to hold up. The other thing we really like about them is their IP67 rating. If you're not familiar with the IP scale, it's how a product is evaluated against dust and water ingress into the product itself. And 67 is one of the highest ratings you can get. It's broken up into 2 digits. The 6 is for the dust and the solid particulate matter, and the 7 at the end is for your liquid ingress. And 6 means that it's been rated for no dust to enter that capsule at all. And the 7 allows for about 1 meter or 3 feet submersion for up to 30 minutes without any damage to the product itself, and that has to be thoroughly tested and evaluated before they can even claim it. So Lasfit is claiming an IP67 rating on their pod lights as well as their light bars, so that's pretty impressive. And if you notice any water ingress besides fogging going into the lights, they offer a 3-year warranty as of right now. So it's definitely something to give you some peace of mind in this product. So it's hard to tell with just how reflective this is, but if you look inside past the high impact polycarbonate lens, there's something called total reflection optics, and that's built into here, and that's just giving you a highly concentrated, super powerful beam of light coming out of here. Man, especially with the spots, they are just so focused down the road that you don't have a lot of washout. So if you mounted this on like an A-pillar above your hood, you wouldn't have that crazy glare shooting back at you that you do with some of the cheaper lights. So I find that to be really impressive, and eventually these lights are going to find their way up on the A-pillar over the hood, and we like these so much that we're going to purchase probably a set of floods or fogs to come down here and kind of illuminate the rest of the area. So I also kind of want to take a moment to kind of show you what we got going on here. This is an all aluminum powder coated housing, like I said, and sandwiched in this seam here is a gasket between the lens itself and the lights themselves, and there's some aluminum heat sinks going on back here. All stainless steel mounting brackets, and it comes with everything that you would need to mount these. Every one of the lights you buy is coming with one of these Deutsch style connectors, and they're waterproof. That orange thing is a gasket that fits around there, and it's a pigtail that can be spliced onto the end of the lights themselves. And using these connectors or the optional wiring harness that Lasfit offers, you can seamlessly hook this up to any switch panel that you might have, like the Lasfit switch panel bank or any other brand you might have. Now, once you figure out your beam pattern and the color that you want, Lasfit has a couple more options that you can have. So these are the 18-watt pod lights, and it's kind of their base model, but not really. They're really, really nice. They also offer an HP model. It's a 36-watt model, giving even more output and even more light down the trail. I haven't seen them in person, but I can imagine they perform really well. All right, so if we're talking pricing though, at the time of this video recording, the 18-watt models are about $129, and the 36 watt models are about $279. But keep watching, because at the end of this video I have a way for you to save some money if you want to buy some of these products, so stay tuned. So the other thing I wanted to mention was, as far as amber lights go, these are more on the yellow side. So if you're shopping around for ambers and you're looking for that more darker orange type amber, these probably aren't going to fit that bill for you. These are more yellow, but they still are going to cut through that fog. They can cut through that haze and that dust in the air too. So you won't have any problem penetrating that stuff with the yellow amber lights. But if you are looking for a specific aesthetic, like more orange rather than yellow, I think they're going to be all right. They look really good to me. We don't mind the yellow as opposed to the more darker amber. So like I said, the other thing that Lasfit sent us was a 42-inch light bar in clear, not amber, but amber offerings are coming. So keep an eye on the website for those. I'm super excited about those. But this one's clear, 42 inches, and a spot and flood combo. We opted to mount it to the rear of the rack just under the tent, so we could try to illuminate the back side of the Jeep when we are coming into camp late at night, trying to back in, find a good parking spot. And we don't want to be surprised by any stumps or any big holes and things like that. So this is going to give us a wide berth of light all around the rear of the truck and even off to the sides, almost, to try to facilitate a safe camp setup at night, and then we can kill that thing. It's not something we would drive around with all the time, but it is super bright and it is super impressive. Same high quality construction as the pods, IP67 rating, and Lasfit has beat the snot out of and thoroughly tested their light bars and pod lights. I mean, they've frozen these things, stabbed them with screwdrivers, took a blowtorch to them, stuck them underwater for a while, threw them off the roof a couple times, and they continue to work. And they have some videos of them doing that on YouTube, and I encourage you guys to go check those things out before you make a decision whether or not you'd want to purchase these things. But you can rest easy knowing that they have thoroughly tested these things and they've held up to their abuse. And I mean, what more can I do on the trail except for run these things square through a tree? And maybe they'll keep working. I'll let you know if it happens. So this is it. This is the bar, and you can tell by the reflector style whether or not they're flood or spots, and they kind of vary as they go down the bar itself. And we're into some of the floods, and the spots are down here on the side, I think. And they do a really good job of throwing the light out there. And it is a slim 42-inch light bar, and I really like the low-profile design, all aluminum powder-coated housing. Again, that high-impact polycarbonate lens. It's super clear. It's a 120 watt light bar, and it is putting out over 11,000 lumens. For the low power and the brightness of that, I'm super impressed. It's going to come with your same style Deutsch connectors. That's all waterproof and gasketed around, so you don't have to worry about water ingress into those connections. And it's got a pretty long tail on it. You can buy separately the wiring harness that has a switch, a relay, a fuse, and all that stuff if you want to set it up that way. We used the wiring harnesses. We kind of, truth be told, hacked them up a little bit. We just needed the positive and the negative portions of the wiring. We didn't need the relay or the fuse because we're connected to the Lasfit switch panel bank, which has all that built in, takes care of all that for us. But we did need that run of wire, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like here in a minute. But like I said, all these lights integrate seamlessly with the Lasfit switch panel setup. So if you think about going that route on the Gladiator, if you go that full package, you'll be super happy with that. And the installation, take it from me, is super easy. Alright, so Lasfit includes a couple different mounting styles within their light bar kit itself. This comes standard. You don't have to choose one or the other, but it's got some what they're calling side brackets, and it's also got the bottom brackets. So side brackets would kind of work if we wanted to mount this to the rack itself like that, and you can run the light bar mounting hole there. Whereas the bottom bracket's kind of self-explanatory. Obviously we wouldn't mount it here, but find something to mount it to, and then the light bar would mount to that, or even that way, depending which way you want to mount it. So the light bars come in different sizes, as short as 12 inches all the way up to 52 inches. So we ended up not using any of the brackets that Lasfit sent us, and we went on Amazon. We bought an option that kind of fit our needs a little better. I'm going to show you that, and I'll link it down in the description below. But it allows us to mount a light bar to a round piece of cage tubing. And it comes in different sizes. We had to go with a 2-inch for the Go Rhino rack themselves. If you take these set screws out, this can actually pivot 360 degrees, so it doesn't matter which way you want to orient it, it'll accommodate it. All right, and lastly, I told you I wasn't going to talk about the headlights too much, but I wanted to kind of tease you guys a little bit and show you just how bright these things are and how excited we are to run them. So they are, like I said, a great intermediate step between your halogen stock headlights, which are barely even safe, and full-blown LED light package from the dealership costing over $1,000. This is that great middle step, and I think it's going to work out great for us for the time being. All right, so that's it. That's our current lighting setup, our current Expedition and Overland lighting setup, and I think it's going to work really well. And I can't thank Lasfit enough for reaching out and outfitting the vehicle and sponsoring that 1,200-mile trail ride. That's going to be awesome, and it's going to be huge to have these lights to get us through those dark conditions in a safe way and navigate the group to where we want to go. If you're sold on these things and you want to get yourself a set, if you type in Overlandaroos in that discount box, you're going to go ahead and save 15%, and that not only supports the channel, but it also saves you guys some money. And honestly, y'all, that's huge. That's a big deal, and I really appreciate that. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell so you get alerted to our new videos every week, and I can't wait to see you guys on the trail.